Hello and welcome to a normal episode this time of the G1 Features podcast. There's no special guest today. There's no big E3 conference talk going on anymore. This is just a regular fancy old G1 Features podcast. And as you know, the usual, I am joined by my good friend Gear. How you doing, sir?
I am stupidly warm. It is way too warm today. It's not fair. It's 29 degrees and I live on the 4th floor.
It's been weird how the weather has been because, I woke up through a thunderstorm because it was like 3 at 3 a.m. or so. Like there was this huge thunderstorm and rain and everything. It was just crazy. And then, at 11, the same thing happened again. Crazy amount of rain. And now all of a sudden, it is full on summer. It's, pretty crazy.
It's gross.
But besides feeling gross through all this weather, what have you been doing? What have you been up to?
I've been working on a Dungeons & Dragons character. I've been playing more Borderlands 2 with my brother. We just finished the main story campaign, and we're going on to the DLCs very soon. Oh, I played and finished Star Wars The Force Unleashed.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you pick that up all of a sudden?
I'm I'm trying to make a point of at least trying out, like, a bunch of the games in my, Steam library, you know?
Yeah, okay.
So I've gone through a whole bunch now, and this was just like, I like Star Wars, and this is competently made. And I had played the really terrible DS port, so I kinda wanted to see what it was supposed to play like. So I finished that, and now I'm playing the sequel, which is... It plays better, but on the other hand, it's harder to get working.
Yeah. Like I've heard, Force Unleashed was a big deal at the time it came out. Like, this was gonna be the big Star Wars action game. Like, with the power of the PS3 and 360 that we have now, we're gonna show off what we can do. You can really be the Force. You're in Princess Darth Vader was all gonna be this big, big deal. And then, the game was reviewed okay, I believe. And the sequel got slaughtered, I believe, by the critics.
Yeah, it's a bit faster. Like the combat is a bit faster, but man, like one thing that kind of annoys me about, especially the first one, I think, because that was like the hyped one, is that you are ludicrously overpowered in this game. Consider this, okay? Luke Skywalker, while not being the chosen one, still a very powerful Jedi in his own right, could barely take on Darth Vader. Starkiller beats the shit out of Darth Vader and the Emperor in a single fight!
Yeah, it is, he is very, very, very overpowered.
Just like,
but it's cool to play him.
I'll just fucking lift up an entire Star Destroyer with my Force powers. Like that... Man, come on.
But, I've been playing on the other hand a different sci-fi game. Because I've been, playing, I recently bought the new Ratchet & Clank. The one that everyone seems to really, really dig.
Oh, really? Yeah. I've heard very good things about that.
I bought it used for like $20, so I just why not? I might as well,
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's a pretty sweet deal. So I might as well see what it's like. And, yeah, it's, Ratchet & Clank. It's pretty good so far. I feel, if you've played any Ratchet & Clank game, you kind of already know what to expect.
I've played the first one on PS2.
Yeah, it has gotten some experience, so it knows kind of, it has improved over the years since the first one, because this is very much a reboot/remake.
Yeah, because when I played the first one, it was very awkward.
Yeah, since then they've, they're still the same, there's still the explosion of bullets, all the crazy weapons, and, pretty much all that you can expect. And I'm glad that it has been as successful as it is, if only because we need more platformers like it, more action platformers.
They're slowly coming back.
They're slowly coming back. I hope Yooka-Laylee, seals the deal for everything. But, what I will say, though, is that the movie parts of it are bolted in really, really awkward.
Yeah, I did read about that. That the movie and the game have like slightly different plots or something, or
I
that
know that, like, the movie fills in details, or the game fills out details that the movie and the game don't. So it's all just like, they're very much a cross-platform thing. Like, oh, you can watch this and be fine, or you can play the game and the problem would be fine. But we would really like if you did watch and play both at the same time.
watch and play.
Yeah, but yeah, it adds in cutscenes or rather, like clips from the movie as cutscenes, and yeah, it feels pretty obvious when that happens, and it's just kind of like, yeah, not sure how to feel about this, especially because I'm not sure what it is about the humor. Maybe it's just, but I don't find it that funny.
Oh,
Okay, and maybe that's just, there's a meta joke in there which I thought, yeah, that's kind of cute, but for the rest. It's just kind of like, the humor isn't really doing it for me, and I'm not sure, if that's the case.
I think the humor is aimed at a younger demographic.
I do think that's the case, yeah. It's definitely more of an all-ages family thing, and not more at, the stupid adult that I am. But, yeah, so it's a fun platformer that definitely, feels like a blast from the past, and, Insomniac is now doing Spider-Man, so I'm curious, what they're
Maybe
doing.
this one will be good again.
So far, it's all looking pretty good.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of liked the look of that Spider-Man where you played like 3 different Spider-Mans.
Shattered Dimension?
Shattered Dimensions, yeah. That one looked
Yeah.
kind of cool, but I never got to play it.
It's an okay Spider. It was a good Spider-Man game at the time because there just weren't that many good Spider-Man games.
Like I really liked the idea behind being able to play like the Noir Spider-Man looked really cool, and the 2099 one did as well.
Yeah.
But I never got to play it, and I don't know if it ever came out on PC, so...
It did, but I think it got removed at some point because Activision's license dropped. But I think that they
And unlike Deadpool, they haven't bothered putting it back, because I haven't been able to find it on Steam, at least.
Okay, so then maybe you should... I don't know, like... Yeah, you can always buy it on 360
Oh, no,
or
wait!
PS3.
It is on Steam.
Oh, okay.
$30
Well,
bucks!
Okay, that's a bit much for it. I think I paid like 10 for a used copy of it.
I mean, apparently it came out last year. Maybe that's when it was put on Steam again after the license lapsed, because I remember it coming out a while ago.
But I mean, like, Insomniac making a AAA Spider-Man game exclusive for PS4 after playing this gives me a lot of confidence for it.
Good.
But, yeah, do you want to move on to some news? Because there isn't a ton to talk about, but there is definitely some, things here and there that we can discuss.
Yeah, let's do
Okay.
it.
On June 23rd, 1996, the Nintendo 64 officially launched in Japan. It would take a bit later for it to get to Europe, though. That would not happen till March of 1997. And I think United States was, let me check, September 29th, 1996. So, it took a bit later. But anyway, for the first time, that's when it came out in Japan, and yeah, the Nintendo 64 is, it was a big deal at the time. It was definitely the big push towards 3D graphics.
And look where we are now. Photorealism, almost.
Yeah, I mean, and of course it launched with a bunch of, it launched with 2 games when it came out, which, would today be ludicrous, but
Were they any good? I don't know what the launch games were.
Well, one was Pilot Wing 64, which was, decent, but I don't think anyone really talks about. And one was a little game called Super Mario 64.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, that's a great launch title to have.
As a launch title, definitely, yeah. I mean, it hasn't aged all that well, but you can say that for most games on the N64.
I disagree that it hasn't aged so well. Because I also got it on my Wii U, and it's really, really solid, but... Yeah, I mean... The Nintendo 64, that was the first console I ever really owned, because I played SNES games back at people's houses, or PlayStation 1 games, but the N64 was the first console that I ever owned. I think I got it for my 8th birthday, or something like that. And there's plenty of fun memories to be had with that console.
Yeah, I owned an N64 as well. I got one at at a flea market, for like $20, and they came with like a whole pile of games. This was like when sort of the Xbox and PS2 were coming to an end, like when 360 and PS3 were on the horizon. So I was way behind. But yeah, I played like the first Smash Bros on it. I played GoldenEye on it. I never played Ocarina of Time on it. I don't think
Nah,
I ever...
Ocarina of Time came later for me as well.
I don't think I ever had Star Fox as well, but I had some cool games on there. I had Lego
I,
Racers, which
I
was...
did have Star Fox, yeah, the Pokemon Stadium games. I have a lot of fun as for.
Oh yeah, I had those as well. But like, and I did definitely have a lot of fun with it now. But like, looking back on it, like, I guess I'm in a minority here, but like, Super Mario 64 controls like you're running through pudding.
I completely disagree.
It's so floaty and gross.
No, it's not. But, yeah, I mean, let's see, Donkey Kong 64, which has gotten a bit of backlash over the years, and I agree that it's a bit of a collectathon overload and all of that stuff. But it had the DK rap, so it's perfect, so shut up. Banjo-Kazooie, obviously. Just rare games in general. But, yeah, I mean, it's housed some of the best games of all time. It's definitely earned its place among some of the best consoles ever made. And, we wish it a happy birthday. At least I certainly do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to deny that it's massive relevance to the history of video games.
Yeah.
It was a great console at the time.
Yeah, and
Great console.
It still is, if you're up for a bit of retro fun, but it is funny, it also just, sick. Because it came out when the PS1 also came out, and that dominated, of course. And so it was also a beginning of the downfall of Nintendo as the big, number one video game company. But, let's celebrate it for what it is. There's a new Sonic game coming. Who knew? It's coming from Sonic Team. There's not a whole lot to say here because we haven't seen anything from it. There's no trailers out yet. They didn't show anything at E3. All we really know is that it's happening and that it will be showing off at the San Diego Sonic 25th anniversary party, which is next month. So we still got a bunch of time to wait. But yeah, new Sonic game, probably going to be PS4 and Xbox One for the first time. So we'll see. I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about it right now.
Here's hoping it's actually playable this time.
Well, yeah, the last one was Sonic Boom, and we're getting Sonic Boom Fire and Ice on 3DS at some point.
The follow-up to the one that was only mediocre instead of hilariously awful.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know what to expect. I don't think it's coming out this year because it's a bit too late to add that to the the big stuff that is coming this year. And I feel like, you've had your fun, like it's the 25th anniversary, but take your time with
definitely take your time.
We will be there for you if the game's great, Sega. Don't worry about it.
Just make sure that it is great, please.
Okay. Mass Effect Andromeda had a bunch of stuff revealed, like more so than they did in at the E3 press conference because they didn't show jack shit there. EA's conference was so bad, but you know what?
That's you've already talked about that at length.
Yeah, I've talked about that at length, but one thing that they did finally talk about a bit is Mass Effect 3's ending will not affect Mass Effect Andromeda, kind of showing off like, this takes place like years later, just we're not going to it's not going to affect anything, and that makes sense considering that Mass Effect Andromeda, like besides if you play it through Origin, there's no real way to transfer the saves. Although they did do something similar with Dragon Age Inquisition, where they had you made a bunch of choices via a website, which was neat, I suppose.
Yeah.
But also more interesting is that they don't have a Paragon or Renegade system anymore.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, so this time it's all shades of gray. And yeah, I'm actually kind of for this, that this is actually happening, because despite how iconic the Paragon or Renegade system is to Mass Effect, it's undeniable that gaming has kind of moved on in terms of its moral choice systems.
Yeah, the morality has never been in real life a clear-cut black and white. It's not Paragon Renegade. It's not plus or minus karma. It's not whatever the one in Infamous was called.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but
It's like you're not just like save the orphanage or burn down the tree with the puppy in it or kitty, I suppose. Like that's not how the world works, and so they can still have that for the sake of gaminess, I suppose. But the fact that they're at least not labeling it goes a huge way in making it at least feel a little more realistic.
yeah, Inquisition didn't label its karma system either, so that just kind of it made sense that they were going in that direction. I'm okay with that, like especially after stuff like Witcher 3 and also Fallout 4, which especially with its Far Harbor DLC very much dealt with the shades of gray, like sort of like, okay, what do you feel is right to do in this situation? Like, do you blow up this giant cult of obviously psychopaths, or do you try to get some peace out of it? And just sort of, find the right path. And I'm curious to see what Mass Effect Andromeda does with this new system. I just kind of wish that they actually show some shit.
I mean, it's not coming out like anytime soon, so they still have plenty of time.
17 they said eventually, but I'm kind of doubting that's happening.
Well, I mean, we're still only like halfway into the year, so.
Well, let's hope that they show off a bit more, or some. At least give me some faith that this game will eventually come out and have a release. Just give it like a March 2017 release date, or something to make me look forward to it happening. But I am prepping for disappointment now. Yeah, other stories. If you've been looking up some stuff, like if you've been taking a look at Ubisoft, you've kind of noticed that Vivendi pops up a lot in their news stories, and that's basically having to do with Vivendi is like maybe some history. Like Vivendi is this big French conglomerate company that has its, it has its toes in a lot of stuff.
It has music licenses. It owns Gameloft.
Yeah, Gameloft, which was a Ubisoft branch at one point.
They used to own Activision until Activision bought themselves out of it because they hated it there.
Yeah. And if that, remember, Activision is run by Bobby Kotick. If he goes, yeah, fuck these guys, you're in for some bad shit.
So currently, Vivendi has bought more stock and now owns 20% of Ubisoft's stock.
Yes, and if they buy more than 30%, they have to do a public bid for it, I believe. That's how it works in French law. I don't know. But, yeah, after Activision, was so wholly against it, and Ubisoft is very much going like, no, we don't want this. And yeah, this, like, say what you will about Ubisoft. I know a lot of people don't particularly like them, but I kind of do. I think they're one of the more interesting in terms of AAA developers out there. But, yeah, it would be a damn shame if that happened, and I hope that they somehow find a way to make it not, and, Vivendi's like, oh, no, we don't want to take over when, they so obviously want to. But, yeah, just kinda.
We might be seeing some big changes at Ubisoft in the near future.
Like, that was at the end of E3, they, like Yves Guillemot, the CEO of Ubisoft, who also founded the company, brought all the devs together and made a big speech of, how much they loved it at Ubisoft. Like, Ubisoft was celebrating its 30th anniversary as well. Like all these big things of like, we are proud to be working at Ubisoft. We love making games. We love making our customers happy and all of that stuff. And it all had this bit of a tinge of, yeah, this feels like this could be the end for at least this era of Ubisoft. But, yeah, we shall see, and I'm hoping for the best. Do we now get to the big stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. Before we begin, like, where did you stand on Mighty Number 9 before, when it first had its big Kickstarter thing?
I thought it was kind of cool, but I got, like, super sick of it after, like, a few days. And then the delays started happening, and I sort of started losing faith in it, and then, like, Red Ash happened, and then it was just sort of funny and weird. I was not positive about Mighty Number 9 at all, in the end. Like, I was not expecting anything good to come out of it. And guess what?
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs! Yeah, after it's, it's come out, it's, had its embargo, I believe, a day before the game came out, and I think, like, I have to look it up on Metacritic right now, it has a 54%, a 54 on Metacritic, which isn't great, let's, put it that. But, yeah, I mean, if it was just that, because, it's hard to tie it, hard to not see it with all the history that has gone down with it. Because this was supposed to be Capcom's big, well, not. This was supposed to be Inafune's big middle finger to Capcom. Capcom was canceling Mega Man games like Mega Man Legends 3, Mega Man Universe, I believe was one. I think there was something else that was canceled as well. But anyway, there was a whole bunch canceled. Fans were pissed. Inafune left the company, founded Concept, and then made his, Kickstarter, and everyone's just like, yes, please, have my money, Inafune, and then, so much drama happened around it, and then, it's, you mentioned Red Ash, that was obviously, like, a big mistake.
Oh, yeah.
There was, consistent delays, and it seemed to be largely through online multiplayer, a feature I think no one wanted anyway. But, I'm not even sure people have played that, version yet, but, doesn't, matter. There was, since then, now that the game's actually out and the reviews have come out, there was the trailer, of course, with the cry like an anime fan on prom nights.
There's a lot of the backer codes just straight up didn't work. The DLC didn't work.
Yeah, I was about to go into that. That all didn't work at launch. People were given the wrong keys. Apparently people who signed up for PS4 codes got a PC one instead or something like that. It apparently bricked Wii U's.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's, already a big red flag if it bricks a console. It seems to have been patched since then. Because obviously that's already, you can't really do that.
The Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter account threw some massive shade in their direction.
Mad shade. Because, they, had a stream, like a post-launch stream, which seemed kind of weird considering the reception that it was getting, answering fan questions. And close to the end, it seems to be confirmed that Inafune himself didn't say it, but it was done through the translator.
Yeah, I actually saw the footage. It wasn't Inafune.
No, but the translator, Ben Judd, who, fun fact time, is the English voice of Phoenix Wright in the first 3 games.
That's weird.
Yeah, they just got translators to do, because, Phoenix Wright obviously didn't have a whole lot of voice acting, in there, so just the object! But the famous objections from him.
Nice.
Anyway, in the end, there was just Inafune talked about how he wasn't getting his, 2D platformer fix, how a lot of it was his fault that the game is how it is, and Ben Judd added,
it's better than nothing.
It's better than nothing. Which is about one of the worst things you can say about your product.
At least it exists.
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough. There are a lot of Kickstarters that just straight up don't happen, but come on! That's not a way to get get people excited for your game. It's like you knew it was garbage before it got released. Oh, wait.
Yeah, it was one of the worst things you could possibly say. And of course it didn't help that it sounded like it was something that Inafune said. But, this is, it's been nothing short of a disaster, and it's definitely one of the bigger, the Ouya, of course, wasn't a big, success, and especially that that flopped around like a fish on dry land in the end, but, this is definitely one of the bigger because the Ouya was a cool concept, but that's about it. But, Mighty Number 9 is one of those creator-driven, this is one of those guys who's been part of the system for so long, was a big deal, and now, strove to do an independent thing and give something that fans hadn't experienced for a very long time. And to see it all just fall apart like that is just kind of, it's sad, part of it. And there is a sense of catharsis behind it all, just the sheer fuck-uppery that has been going on.
You fucked up. You fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, and to put icing on the cake, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night released their E3 demo to backers of their Kickstarter, and guess what? It looks good. It actually looks fun and good, and like the Castlevania games that they claim to be basically ripping off.
I'll admit to not being a huge fan of its graphical style. It has
I dig it. I think it looks really sweet.
Okay, but I do really like how it actually looks, like, gameplay wise. It looks like an old school Metroidvania game, which Konami certainly isn't going to give us.
No.
So just kind of like, yes, give this to me. I want it. But, yeah, it certainly, like, there was a lot of talk that Mighty Number 9 would sour people on crowdfunding. And there's always, that talk always happens when something controversial happens regarding crowdfunding, or, a bad game released through crowdfunding or something gets cancelled and the like. So that's, Bloodstains can be good, Ukulele can be good, and then all is right again with Kickstarter. Because, yeah, I still very much believe that crowdfunding is something really, really important in the industry, and that, Mighty Number 9 flopped as hard as it did, and we don't know how it will do sales-wise, but, yeah, it's been a letdown, that one.
Oh, yeah.
And to think we were gonna get animated TV series and movies and God knows what else they were planning. Like, Concept was saying so much stuff, to what they were gonna do with,
to which
Mighty
my
Number
response was, how about you release the game first?
Everyone's response was that, but then... And you know what's also funny? Like, just how bad the game looks visually.
Like, I think the explosions look like pizza, is what people...
That's the main joke, yeah. It looks like cheap, microwave pizza.
Good. That's good. Yep, that's good. Like,
but I mean, like, there was this thing on the Kickstarter itself where they had a video showing, like, oh, this is what we, have figured out in, like, 2 weeks of, work with no pay. And just like, look how primitive it looks. Like, when the game comes out, we'll laugh at just how cheap this looks compared to the act. And it looks barely worse than the original.
Yeah.
Stuff that they released. And it's just like, I think it has to do with the fact that it's using Unreal Engine 3 and that it also was coming out on the 360 and PS3, which are two just inferior consoles to what we have now.
But you could still, like, make it look nice on the current gen ones.
Yeah, it's been a complete mess. I think the 360 version also got delayed at launch.
Oh yeah, it totally did. Which made the PS4 look worse by comparison, because it has that game on it.
Yeah.
Good job.
Also, I think with Steam, I don't think you can actually play it. I think you can download it and then everything's fine, but you can't, like, there's no play button.
Good job. Good job.
It's been one,
It's been a mess. Hilarious, terrible mess.
Yeah. Alrighty then, that's it for the news. Do you want to get into some games coming up? Because we're reaching the end of the month.
Yes.
Okay. Keep in mind that this is recorded in,
wait.
like, Yes,
I have some breaking news.
Yes.
Do you know what I just saw that came out on Steam?
No.
Free DLC! Free multiplayer DLC for the Slaughtering Grounds!
Huh. Okay.
It's what? It's not it's a music thing. It's a music player. Featuring 5 rotating relevant high-res images and 5 relevant music tracks to the theme.
Huh. Okay.
Oh,
I think I remember the Slaughtering Grounds theme, if only because,
dun 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 dun.
Yes,
dun,
that one.
Dun 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 dun.
Etc., etc., etc. But going to the actual games now, this reminder, this is June 23rd when we're recording it, and there will be some games out by the time this podcast goes out.
So we won't really be talking about those all that much.
No, but there's 2.
Yeah,
really,
we'll touch on a couple of them, but not go super in-depth.
Okay. There's Mario Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games. Now that's a title for you.
Yep, the reviews of which are already out.
Oh,
I
are they?
haven't read them because I don't care.
Yeah, I care so little about Mario Sonic at the Olympic game because I remember the first the first one was a big deal when it came out
It
on.
sure was a video game. Because it
It's
was
a
kind of cool. It was kind of cool because it tied into the Olympic for the first time. But now it's like a franchise that has like 5 or 6 entries or something.
let's see. There's the 2008 Beijing one, 2010 Vancouver, 2012 London, 2014. So yeah, and now we've got Rio. So look forward to where's the Winter Olympics 2018.
Don't ask me.
We are professional as Pyeongchang, South Korea. Okay,
Awesome.
awesome. Can't wait. Hyped already.
10 out of 10,
Uh,
best game.
Okay. Other game coming out the 24th is another Wii U game. Yes, they actually they still make Wii U games. Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE, a game we've known about since 2013, I believe, when it was like a crossover for Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem. We got really interested, like, oh, how are they going to make, like, these franchises are so different, how are they going to do this?
And it's like
we
an
got,
idle game now or something?
like, it is about as weeb as they come. It is crazy, crazy Japanese. And I mean, yeah, there is the thing with idols. I think it's like, I think there's something like Fire Emblem characters or something around the, like, sort of these shadow type, like, creatures from, like, Persona 3 4 are sucking out mankind's creative spirit.
Wow.
And we must, as high school students, stop it through the power of song or something like that.
The power of friendship and music and happiness.
That too, yeah. But, I have something to admit. I pre-ordered this game.
I mean, I'm not gonna judge you.
It's gonna be in my postbox tomorrow because Persona 5 isn't coming out to 2017 here. It's not out. It's from the Persona people, or at least like the people at Atlas. It's getting really good reviews. So,
Good game is a good game.
a good game's a good game, yeah. But I'll play it despite censored vagina bones. I won't. I'll just have to deal with that.
I didn't know that was about this game.
That's exactly.
Oh, wow. Like, I knew
I'll
vagina bones was a thing, but I didn't know it was about Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
yeah. I'll somehow make it through. I won't get mad at the censorship. It's of course a war crime that they've done this, but I'll keep it all contained. It's okay. I mean, vagina bones are a very natural thing in the female anatomy, and it's very disappointing that Nintendo removed those. Yeah. Okay, moving on. There's 7 Days to Die, which is a Telltale published game, and it looks like, it's a survival horror indie type thing. I don't really care about it.
It's like 12 billion other games that exist, so
Yeah.
hooray.
Other game. This is all pretty much June 28th, because somehow that's a massive release,
Yeah.
Next up is Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens. Its demo is on the PS4. I actually haven't played that yet, but, it's Lego. You kind of already know what to expect from that.
Yeah.
I mean, so, yeah, that's a thing. Resident Evil 5 is coming to PS4, Xbox One.
That sure is happening.
Resident Evil 5 is an interesting release at the time it came out, because, it came out when Resident Evil 4 was the big video game out there. Like, it was one of the, like, people were so excited for it, and then, it ultimately, like, it veered a little too much into action for some people. Now we're going full on Japanese. Again, with, an anime, title.
Dun dun dun!
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Eyes of Heaven, which is a PS4 exclusive. It's a arena fight. I think Budokai Tenkaichi, but with in the JoJo universe. Now, this had a demo as well on the PS4, so I got to play it a bit. I like JoJo a lot. Like, I've been going through the anime and I'm enjoying it quite a bit, but yeah, the game didn't really do it for me in terms of, what it's all about.
No, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, just not really my thing. But it happens. And I mean, there was, I think there were 4 characters you could play, 2 from part 3 and 2 from part 4. And there's a dual combos. And it has characters from all the JoJo, everything from part 1 to part 8. So, if you're a fan of the series, you'll probably get a kick out of it. I'm just not far enough in my JoJo to really get all of what that is going on. Because I know parts of what happens in 5, 6, 7, but for the rest I'm just eh. Because you've been getting into the series as well, right?
Yeah, I'm still on I've just started part 2, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. So
yeah, I introduced it to you, and I thought, yeah, this is probably something that you will enjoy. So I'm glad that is something I was correct on that assumption. But yeah, moving on, we got another PS4 exclusive, Star Ocean: Integrity and Fatelessness.
Star Ocean is still a franchise that is still going.
Yeah, I remember the 360 title that came out, I think it was 2010 or 2009 or something like that. And I think people hated it, or at least...
I don't remember it at all.
It's been a while, but yeah, I remember its voice acting especially being kind of terrible.
Oof.
But, yeah, 70 on Metacritic, which isn't great. But, yeah, now it's back again. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to say about it. I've seen some trailers for it. Looks interesting. I've never really played much of the Star Oceans game, so I can't really judge it. But yeah, we'll see, I suppose.
Yup.
I mean, I'm already getting my JRPG fix on. So.
Exactly.
Yeah. The other game coming out on Vita and 3DS.
Oh yeah.
Is Zero Time Dilemma.
If you haven't played 999, 9 persons, 9 hours, 9 doors, fix that immediately. It is an excellent game.
I know. It's a great visual novel type of game, survival, all that stuff.
Puzzles, interesting story, cool characters, shitty character designs.
Yeah. 999 is very anime, so to say.
It's not quite anime enough for the weebs, but too anime for the not weebs. So that's why it's not popular.
Virtue's Last Reward kind of fixed that, I feel, but there are some weird characters in Virtue's Last Reward.
It's still obviously a Japanese, designed by Japanese people with Japanese sensibilities.
Yeah. But if Danganronpa is not, depressing for you enough, this will be just for you.
Yeah, it's kind of like Danganronpa, except with more influence of Saw.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Saw influence is big in Zero Time Dilemma. And just the series in general. But I think it's in between.
Yep. It takes place between Virtue's Last Reward and 999, which is good for me, because I basically haven't played any of Virtue's Last Reward. I've played maybe 20 minutes.
Okay, and also maybe interesting, it's coming to 3DS and Vita, on June 28th, but it's also coming to PC, a couple of days later, so...
Yeah, this franchise makes a lot of sense for being on PC. I hope the other ones come to PC at some point as well. So more people can play them, because they're excellent. I
don't think the rest is coming to PC, but I do think this is definitely a series that fits on the 3DS and Vita, if only because, you can take them with you anywhere. It's kind of like a book, almost. Well,
there's also puzzles that you can do on the go and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not just reading text, it's also, doing stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on, we've got 2 more games. 2 indie titles. Well, one is not really indie, but the other... On June 29th, we get Inside, exclusive for the Xbox One, which is from the people of Playdead, who you may know as creators of Limbo.
Oh yeah, that game.
There's not much to
I remember seeing that at last year's E3.
Yeah, I think it was, it took a while. I think it was first revealed at, E3 2014, and it just it appeared this year, but they didn't really show much of it.
That was the E3 where Phil Spencer was wearing a Limbo t-shirt.
Yeah.
Because he is current and hip with the kids.
He actually didn't wear any. He didn't actually wear any indie shirts this E3.
Boo! Stick with the branding.
Yeah.
The Phil Spencer brand.
But yeah, there's not a lot to go on. Like, I think it's another puzzle platformer from the people who made Limbo, and Limbo was excellent.
Yup.
So, I wish I could play it, because I don't have an Xbox One, so...
Hey, the Xbox One Slim is coming out, and that one's
yeah,
cheaper.
I might actually get that, because I'm not sold yet on Scorpio, so, we'll see, but, that ain't till August. And finally, we've got a game I'm really excited for, and you should be too, audience, is Box Box Boy. So what is Box Box Boy?
It's the sequel to Box Boy.
Yeah. And Box Boy is fucking awesome. Okay. Like, Box Boy was like $5 back when it came out. I believe it came out last year, I believe, like in April. But, it was, for what it was very simplistic. It was made by the people of HAL Laboratory, the people who were buying Kirby and stuff like that. And it was a really cool little puzzle game. There's not a lot to it besides, its main mechanic, like growing out boxes in order to create, hooks, platforms, stuff to click buttons, but you have to make a certain amount of boxes if you want to get the crowns and all of that. And, yeah, it was just for $5, you got a lot out of it. Like, I put in 10 hours in that game or something like that.
Nice.
Yeah. And now it is getting a sequel, and that is, the main gimmick behind this one is that it has 2 sets of boxes you can create.
Oh, shit!
Double the boxes! Double the power!
The innovation is startling!
But I mean, again, these games are $5, so... And I think the first one is on sale right now, so...
That would interest me if the eShop was better designed.
Well, just look up Box Boy and you'll get it.
Yeah, I know, but they made it as hard as possible to pay for things, which is silly.
Well, yeah, either get a credit card or get some eShop points.
Use PayPal, but come on, just accept PayPal already.
It's annoying, but yeah, that's it for the games that are coming out. What out of all of those coming out, because there's a whole bunch of that maybe oh, okay, that looks neat. What interests you the most, probably?
Zero Time Dilemma, 100%.
Okay. No, that isn't that surprising. For me, it's, I pre-ordered it, so it's Tokyo Mirage Sessions, and then Box Box Boy as well.
We're very Japanese this week.
Yeah, well, Box Box Boy isn't that Japanese. It's very...
It's Nintendo. They're a Japanese company.
Fair enough. But, yeah, we've got one question for you, for us this week.
Awesome. What is it? I didn't see it.
Okay. From our good friend the Stickman asks, what was your favorite game at E3 this year?
I didn't watch E3.
Yeah. I did. I had a whole podcast about it.
Yeah, it was 2 hours long.
Yeah, I know. There was a lot to talk about. But for me, it was definitely... there's a bunch of games that really stood out to me. I think the obvious answer is Zelda. I think... Nintendo only really brought Zelda with them as their big prize horse in order to show off, okay, this is what we've got. Hope you enjoy it. I know this is something you've been waiting for a very, very, very long time.
Because we kept delaying it. Oopsie daisy.
And what they showed off looks like a big change for the Zelda franchise. It looks absolutely massive. It looks like there's plenty to do. I'm not sure how much there is in terms of plot. There's a narrative that is going on. But, yeah, I'm super excited to see what they have to do. And the most interesting part about it is that they didn't show the NX version for it. They didn't show the NX in general, so I'm just kind of curious, okay.
They're gonna, reveal it at some point, because I highly doubt they're just gonna be alright, the NX is coming out. Surprise!
Yeah, they won't do that, but,
barely even know what the friggin' thing is yet.
No, that kind of makes it exciting, but, yeah, we'll see, what they'll do. Like I'm curious to see how powerful that version is. For the rest, Watch Dogs 2 surprised the hell out of me in terms of what they were doing with that.
I am staying very cynical about Watch Dogs 2 because I got burned hard by the first one.
I did too, and I was very much ready to go like, yeah, this isn't for me, but it really impressed me, and they showed it seemed like they were showing actual gameplay. They were like, it seemed to have far, far, far more charm than the original Watch Dogs did. It's just like, I'm impressed with what they're doing so far with it, and just kind of, God damn it, Ubisoft, you got me. And we'll see if they actually do it correct this time. But that was my big surprise, just how much that stuck with me. Then there's God of War, the new God of War.
Dad of War, yes.
Because when Kratos was revealed, just kind of like, yeah, here we go. But I'm like, what they were saying made me very interested in what they're doing with the character, and it just looks completely different than what we've seen from other God of War games. I was just like, okay, I'm into this. But yeah, then, let me think. Spider-Man. We didn't get to see a whole lot of that, but I'm very excited to see what Insomniac can do with that. Could be the very first, pretty much the very first AAA Spider-Man game out there, and...
Well, not the very first, but the first in a long time.
The first in quite some time, but, I mean, I just want a really good Spider-Man game, and, Shattered Dimensions is okay, but at some point we've got to move on from Spider-Man 2, for example. It's just kind of like, come on, there has to be a game at some point that's better than this, right? And then, just to add this, like, started I have 5, blah, blah.
The new Volition game looks pretty fun.
Ages of Mayhem, I only saw the animated trailer for that, so I can't really judge it as a game. They did show a bunch, I believe, but, like, I'm struggling to think of games that,
Horizon Zero Dawn?
Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah,
something resembling gameplay this time.
Oh yeah, they showed a lot of gameplay for it again, and again with a, with a dialogue wheel and all that stuff. But yeah, that looks neat. I'm unironically excited for FIFA 17 with its story mode.
Oh shit!
I know, right?
Oh my god, they're turning football into sports entertainment.
It's football is Mass Effect now. Wow.
Haven't they learned from the XFL?
But yeah, those were some things that stuck out to me this E3. There was also let me think, Dishonored 2, but that was shown off for too long at the Bethesda's conference. But yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. And I think since you refused to watch E3.
Yup.
Any particular reason other than I just don't really care, or
don't really care? I'm sort of done with the whole cynical corporate bullshit. Hype culture is annoying, and I hate everything about it. Yay! Video games.
Okay, well, on that note, I think it's time we end this this new old podcast episode. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter. I am on Twitter again because for some reason Google Chrome is very unresponsive, but I just downloaded Firefox to exclusively use Twitter. So I am on Twitter again at Gear12_Turbo and on Twitch at twitch.tv/Gear12. And I'm making lots of gesticulation that nobody can see because this is an audio show.
Okay, well, you're hearing it in your voice, but why wasn't Twitter working on Google Chrome?
I don't know. It, like, Twitter and Twitch, weirdly enough, are like slow, unresponsive, don't work properly. On Firefox, they're fine. And I don't understand because everything else about Google Chrome is gorgeous and amazing, and I love it.
Okay, weird. You can find me at the Matt Hero on Twitter, and also you can find all this stuff on G1 Features on screwattack.com and technically screwattack.roosterteeth.com. But yeah, with that, we shall mourn what Mighty Number 9 could have been. We will have a moment of silence, and I'll be going through my Weeb game for Weebs, and I feel terrible about it. Bye, everyone!
Bye!